traveling to the Holy Lands and being on a pilgrimage invokes all of your senses. And it's the same when you travel anywhere. So you think about your heightened sense of smell and taste and hearing and sight and touch and how they help you experience dimensionally a place and its people. So I've included some photos and videos that represent what it's been like so far in terms of the experiential learning going on. So, for example, for smell and for taste, I have included photos of loaves or pita bread that we had for lunch, and for taste, a photo of the fish that we had for lunch that day. So for smell, the loaves were made in a charcoal fire. And earlier that day, our tour guide, Rula, told us about how Peter, when he denied Jesus 3 times in the Garden of Gethsemane, there was a fire. And
a charcoal fire.
There was a charcoal fire. And then, you know, when Jesus appeared to the disciples the 3rd time after his resurrection, and Jesus, remember, he put on his clothes and he jumped off the boat and he went to shore, and Jesus was making breakfast and there was a charcoal fire. So the smell, what must that smell have done to help Peter recall the evening or the day in the Garden of Gethsemane? And now here is his Lord and Savior cooking breakfast for him, having been risen from the dead. And that sense of smell was so important. So when we had those loaves of pita, bread, bread and fish, and Jesus and the miracles of the bread and the fish, to think about that charcoal smell was really kind of cool. So the fish that we ate is called St. Peter's fish. And so Peter, of course, was a fisherman and fished in the Sea of Galilee, from whence this fish came. And we ate St. Peter's fish. We know it as tilapia. So having that taste and tasting fish that Peter himself was probably fishing along with those loaves was really quite special. For sight, really, I could include any photo because the visuals here are just remarkable. But I chose a photo of a boat that was uncovered in the Sea of Galilee in a year where there was a drought. And the water levels were very low. I believe this was 1986, and this boat was found. The archaeologists recovered it, quite a complex recovery, and they determined that the boat was about 2,000 years old. So it's representative of the types of boats that Peter and other disciples would have been using to fish, perhaps. The cool thing about this boat is that it was made from 12 different types of wood, and that really speaks to the diversity in Galilee. There's a diversity of people around the Sea of Galilee, but there's also the diversity of the flora and the fauna around the Sea of Galilee as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then for touch, I've included a little short video of my feet in the Sea of Galilee and the water covering my feet, and just the thought of being in the water, walking through the water, not on top of it this time, maybe next time, but walking through the water that of the Sea of Galilee that is so significant. And finally, for hearing, I've included an excerpt of a video of my friend Kim Shively reading from Matthew, the section on the Beatitudes. So we went to the place where the Sermon on the Mount was preached and heard the Beatitudes from Kim, those words They came to life and came to life in a different way because of the different location. So I hope you found this helpful, and I'm thinking of all of you and hoping that this might add something to your day. Thanks for listening. Bye.